Two big issues we're seeing in the current marketplace is accurate pricing or market value pricing and finalizing transactions. Welcome to the Market Minute. Big John Peterson here, Remax Realty Professionals, August the 21st, 2025. Let me run through some of the numbers and talk to you a little bit about why I'm saying this or why we're seeing this in the marketplace. 502 sales last week, so a few more sales than we saw the previous couple of weeks. Again, as we work our way through the summer, and especially once we get back into September, the fall market, we are going to see sales numbers continue to be relatively strong and hopefully see a bit of an uptick. Listings, 869 new listings, that stayed relatively stable. 110 conditional sales failed last week. So this is a big issue, especially you're looking at over 1 in 5. So over 20% of conditional sales are failing. What we've done is created a whole separate strategy when we're working with buyers and sellers about what each side of that equation needs to be looking for, so that if you get through the negotiations, you get an accepted offer, what steps can be taken to give a higher probability that the transaction is going to close. So if you'd like to talk about that, like to get some of that information, please reach out. It will save you a ton of frustration, and having that strategy in advance, having it predetermined what steps you're going to take, what steps you're going to take with your agent, really important. Saw 784 price reductions. So we're seeing 50% more price reductions than we are actual sales, almost as many price reductions as there are new listings. So going through and understanding the current market. Now, the good thing is that we're seeing stabilization happening in pricing. We're coming out of a little bit of a softening in price. So going through and just taking a look at the last sale and going, oh, well, my property's got to be worth more than what the last one sold for is not the case. Hasn't been the case for the last year. Getting somebody who understands the market trends, supply, demand, all the numbers that we talk about on this in this weekly update, absolutely crucial. And what is the pricing strategy? Because we're now seeing that there's some realtors, some sellers out there that are saying, oh, well, we'll price the home extraordinarily low because there'll be 15 people at my door writing competing offers. And we have seen and been part of, when we're representing buyers, when those competing offers don't come, the seller is very concerned, very upset, takes their home off the market, then tries to list it at a substantially higher price because that low pricing to try and attract multiple offers didn't work. And we are seeing things like that. Strategies that were used 6, 12 months ago, a couple of years ago, aren't the same strategies that are going to start be working in this market. So a customized marketing strategy that includes a pricing component where you really are comfortable with the pricing is crucial. So again, you want to talk about that, please reach out. We've got 433 properties came off the market unsold in the last week. So that is a lot. You take a look at it, there's half as many homes in the last week came off the market as new listings back onto the market. So that is a significant number. Total inventory just under 7,000. Now let's take a look at what that's done to the number of sales for new listings and months of supply in the market. We see that we're sitting at about 58 or 0.58 of a sale for every new listing coming in the market, 3.5 months worth of supply. When we go single family detached, it's 0.56 of a sale for every new listing. Keep going down on those numbers, just over 0.6 of a sale for every new listing coming on in the townhomes, in the half duplexes, and we're seeing close to 0.57 of a sale on apartment buildings for every new listing coming in apartment buildings. All those numbers doing very well this week, as again, we're going to see those numbers in a 0.55 to 0.65. That is a really good balanced market. Months of supply, as I said, roughly around 3.2, 3.5. Where we see it a bit higher is 3.9 months worth of supply for apartment style condominiums. Knowing that statistical information and how it then applies specifically to the area that you're looking in or specifically to the price point is huge. Homesaleprices.ca, please go there, check it out. Gives you that first rough idea as to what the value of your property might look like in today's market, what's something you might be interested in, should be looking at. And then what we can do is from that, if you want us to really dig into that price and give you a full, absolutely free, no hassles market evaluation, happy to do that as well.